Prime Minister Narendra Modi is in the Russian city of Vladivostok on a 36-hour visit. The Prime Minister began his trip with a visit to a shipbuilding yard with Russian President Vladimir Putin. The plant is being set up to produce vessels, including icebreakers, oil tankers, and heavy ships. The ships built in the plant in Russia's Far East will deliver Russian oil and LNG to India as well as other countries in the future. The Indian Prime Minister held bilateral talks with the Russian President in Vladivostok. This is the 20th annual bilateral meeting between India and Russia, where both the leaders discussed various issues pertaining to a host of areas, including defense, nuclear energy. This visit is also crucial as this is the third time the two leaders are meeting this year. They met last in the month of June. That was on the sidelines of the SCO summit in Bishkek, and then the G20 summit in June. Prime Minister Modi has been invited as the chief guest for the Eastern Economic Forum. The economic forum that is being held from the 4th to the 6th of September will focus on cooperation and investment. The conference is designed to promote foreign investment in Russia's Far East. India believes that the forum will help boost its Indo-Pacific engagement. It will also help both the nations meet their energy requirements. Multiple business agreements are expected. Prime Minister's visit. It includes several MoUs for export of coal and cooperation in the mining sector. A 5-year roadmap will be announced on hydrocarbon cooperation, both in terms of purchase and exploration. The two leaders are also planning to attend a judo championship. A 6-member Indian team in Vladivostok is to take part in that championship. Prime Minister Modi's day one in Vladivostok will conclude with a dinner that will be hosted by President Putin. And joining us on the broadcast to delve deeper into the issues that are on the table is Nandan Unnikrishnan, Senior Fellow at the Observer Research Foundation, joining us from New Delhi. Thanks very much, sir, for speaking with us here on WION World is One. Your expectations from Prime Minister Modi's visit to Vladivostok and the hope that the two sides will have and the outcome that is expected.
Well, one is that Indo-Russian relations are in quite a robust, healthy state right now. It's a distinct improvement on the state of affairs even maybe 1.5 years ago. And credit goes to Prime Minister Modi for being able to re-engage with President Putin and put the relationship back on track. I think now the two leaders will be looking at how to diversify the relationship, put in more meaningful content into it, and move away from just the two pillars. That does not mean they will give up the pillars of energy and defense, but they will probably also look at strengthening the economic relationship and diversifying into other areas. There is, I am told, a pact on investments being considered. There are also some energy agreements on the anvil. And the Far East, of course, the involvement of India in the Far East is something that the Russians are eagerly looking forward to. In fact, development of the Far East is one of the fundamental policies that President Putin has been pursuing for a few years now.
Absolutely, and apart from the key areas like you're mentioning, defense and nuclear energy, to what extent do you think that 5-year roadmap focused on hydrocarbon cooperation in terms of purchase and exploration will actually help the two sides?
Well, undoubtedly, it will diversify India's options. One is, of course, investment. India is invested billions of dollars in Russian oil fields and gas fields. So obviously there will be a return on that. But it will also mean that India will have options of choosing from where it gets energy. Energy is going to be a prime requirement given India's development goals. So undoubtedly, again, as I said, it will only buttress our development.
Right, stay with me, sir. Let's also take a listen into what Prime Minister Modi had to say just a short while back as he continues with that crucial visit to Vladivostok.
एक्सेलेंसी, रूस के राष्ट्रपति और मेरे अभिन्न मित्र, मुझे इस खूबसूरत शहर व्लादिवोस्तोक में आकर बहुत प्रसन्नता हो रही है। रूस के फार ईस्ट रीजन की यह मेरी पहली यात्रा है। ईस्टर्न इकोनॉमिक फोरम के लिए मुझे आपका निमंत्रण बहुत सम्मान का विषय है। दोनों देशों के बीच सहयोग को एक नया आयाम देने के लिए यह एक नया ऐतिहासिक अवसर है। कल इस फोरम में भाग लेने के लिए मैं बहुत ही उत्सुकता से प्रतीक्षा कर रहा हूं। आपकी इस दूरगामी पहल के लिए मैं आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं। पिछले महीने भारत के विशेष डेलीगेशन की व्लादिवोस्तोक की यात्रा को उपयोगी बनाने के लिए आप और आपके सहयोगियों का खास तौर पर मैं विशेष धन्यवाद करता हूं। मैं और मेरे डेलीगेशन के लिए की गई व्यवस्था और स्वागत सत्कार के लिए मैं आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। मैं फार ईस्ट फेडरल यूनिवर्सिटी के स्टेट ऑफ द आर्ट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर से अत्यंत प्रभावित हुआ हूं। एक्सेलेंसी, आपने मुझे अपने देश के सबसे बड़ा नागरिक सम्मान देने की घोषणा की। उसके लिए मैं आपका और रूस के लोगों का आभारी हूं। यह हम दोनों देशों के लोगों के बीच विशेष मैत्री संबंधों को दर्शाता है और 1.3 बिलियन भारतीयों के लिए बहुत ही सम्मान का विषय है। रूस भारत का एक अभिन्न मित्र और विश्वसनीय साझेदार है। पर आपने व्यक्तिगत ध्यान दिया है। दो अभिन्न मित्रों के रूप में बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है और उनका ऐतिहासिक महत्व भी है। दोनों देशों के बीच यह 20वां एनुअल समिट है। पिछले लगभग 20 सालों में जब आपने रूस का किसी न किसी रूप में नेतृत्व किया है, तो इस व्यवस्था ने हमारे संबंधों को 21वीं सदी के अनुरूप ढाला है और उन्हें हमारे लिए ही नहीं, विश्व के लिए प्रगति, शांति और स्थायित्व का एक विशेष कारक बनाया है। आज हमारे बीच डिफेंस, न्यूक्लियर, एनर्जी, स्पेस, बिजनेस टू बिजनेस जैसे कई क्षेत्रों में अपने सहयोग को नई ऊंचाइयों तक पहुंचाने के लिए सहमति बनी है। मैं हमारे संबंधों के सभी पक्षों पर आपके और आपके डेलीगेशन के साथ हमेशा की तरह उपयोगी चर्चा का अवसर पाकर बहुत ही खुश हूं। फिर एक बार आज भी करीब 2 घंटे हम लोगों को साथ रहने का मौका मिला और आपने मुझे कई महत्वपूर्ण विषयों से अवगत कराया और ये सारा देख करके मैं कह सकता हूं कि आपका दीर्घदृष्टि, आपका विजन और इस क्षेत्र के विकास के लिए आपका कमिटमेंट, यानी जो लगाव मैं आपके हर शब्द में देख रहा था, ये अपने आप में प्रभावित करने वाला था। मैं फिर एक बार आपको हृदय से बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूं।
The Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi there expressing his gratitude to Russia also for that honor that's been bestowed on the Prime Minister. Apart from that, focusing on the key areas in terms of the ties between the two nations. Going back across now to Nandan Unikrishnan, Senior Fellow at the ORF, who's joining us. Your assessment of how this is a new push in a way to time-tested ties between the two nations. At the same time, the very fact that the Indian Prime Minister was invited to be the chief guest at the Eastern Economic Forum, what does that tell you about the messaging here that Russia is aiming at, and also about India's standing on the international stage?
Well, undoubtedly it boosts Russia in terms of Russians. It indicates that they perceive that India has a very important role to play in global politics. And of course, therefore, it commensurately boosts India's international stature. There is little doubt about that. The Russians also are aware that India is a great power and would like to engage with India in a much closer and more constructive manner. The Indians, I think, reciprocate that and recognize that Russia is a great power. In addition to which, Russia is a country with a multiplicity of all kinds of resources which are required for India to meet its developmental goals. So in that sense, there is a certain level of synergy, and it is that synergy that the two leaders are trying to convert from potential into kinetic energy. And I think if you look at the relationship, there is a confluence of understandings on a variety of issues, starting with global affairs, political, strategic, economic, as well as about the state of the bilateral relationship and the role that the two countries have to play in this world, which is now going through a major churn.
Providing kinetic energy to that potential, that's a very interesting remark coming in from Nandan Unikrishnan. We're going to leave it there for the moment. Thanks very much, sir, as always, for joining us on the broadcast.